It's absolutely ridiculous. I'll tell you what, at this rate, I just need to be sponsored by Emergency. I need to be sponsored by Claritin D. Be sponsored by all these people. This is much money. I'm not getting any money for this. Oh, what's going on, everybody? How's it going? Hey, it's episode 23 of the Brass Knuckles Bible Club. I'm your host, Ronan. And yeah, we got a little bit of a different setup going on. Um, Look, man, it's just one of those things. Lives is something that I've been wanting to do for a hot minute, and here we are. I mean, we're finally doing it, and that's what it looks like to me, at least. And anyway, so um, yeah, excuse me. I've been messing with the computer all night trying to get everything perfect, and you can never get this stuff perfect. Um, this stuff is always going to give you problems. It's just like that. Not to mention another issue that I was having for a while is that you just it's technology, man. I am not tech savvy like at all. Uh, I was never one of those kids that like grew up playing on a computer all day. I was always out and outside and riding bikes and having stick fights and doing all that other stuff. So I was never really you know I mean, I had Nintendo and stuff like that. But it was never like I liked being a kid. You know what I mean? Like I liked going outside and playing. That's just something that you just don't see too much anymore. Um, but I'm all about it. Like whenever I'm home now, um, if my kids are like inside too long, then I'm just gonna be telling them, like, hey, you're going outside. You're going outside. Go get some crap clothes on. Go get some shoes on, and like get outside. Uh, you don't need to be cooped up and playing the PlayStation all day. It's not good for anybody. Oh man, this stuff is nasty. Emergency. It's flu season. You need to make sure that you're keeping up your vitamin C. Don't want to get nasty. Dude, there's something nasty going on right now. I don't know dude. What variant are we even on anymore? Does anybody even know? Are you allowed to say the C word again? Yeah, I think you're allowed to say the C word. COVID. Yeah. Um, I don't even know what variant we're on anymore. Last I checked, I think I had something like long COVID or whatever, and not recently. You need to change the video resolution. Sorry, YouTube, not doing it. Change the video resolution. It's poor. Yeah, well, I don't think so. Sorry, dude, not happening. But anyway, so yeah, man. Uh, Dude, I can't even keep up, man. There's so much stuff that's going on. So much stuff. There's so much stuff that I want to talk with you guys about. And this is part of the other reason why I wanted to start doing lives is because, you know, I can't keep up. And originally started this entire thing wanting to debunk the new age and false religion and all this stuff, but really, and I've said it before, really kind of in its own right. Um Politics is really kind of its own religion, you know. But it's just one of those things that ultimately this is a biblical podcast, and I'm just going to be completely honest with you. I mean, like this is Romans 1. Like everything that is going on in today's world is 100% Romans 1. And you just can't get away from it. You just can't get away from it. These headlines are nuts, man. Absolutely nuts. And I think I'm not the only one that really kind of just wishes that we could just can we just chill? Can we just chill a little bit? Like does it got to be so crazy? Really? You know what I mean? Like everybody is super super tense and dude, we got to relax a little bit. We got to relax, man, because this ain't it. This ain't it. But unfortunately, these are the birth pangs, and this is exactly what Jesus was warning us about. And I also know that every generation also thought that they were in the end of the world, and there is some truth to that to a degree. I mean, realistically speaking, if I mean, with each passing day, you're actually, yes, you're that much closer to the end of the world. But um, it's just, I don't know, like, the people that really strike me are the people that are a little bit older and they've just been around for a while, and they're like, look, man, um, things are just as crazy as they've ever been. It's just, it's just, I mean, you just got devices everywhere, you know, you got a cell phone literally everywhere. So like you're able to see it more, and just any Joe Schmo can upload stuff on the internet, you know, which is just the stuff that they're capturing is nuts. I mean, like the headlines are crazy enough as it is, but I can't even keep up with the stuff that's going on right now. I can't even keep up. Um, so I did want to talk to you guys a little bit about some things, right? Um, but we're just, you know, as always, I mean, we're just talking, man. We're just talking. Normally there's kind of like a set direction of where we're going whenever we're talking, but hey man, it's live. And you got to give me a little bit of grace, man. It's the first live I've ever done. First one ever, right? And as you can see, over here in the corner right here, I got the handy dandy chat box. So if you have any questions at all, anybody that comes in, you want to type in something in the chat on YouTube and ask a question, hey man, I'm all about it. There's also, if you're feeling generous enough, underneath the description of the video, there's a little tip, little link that you could tip monetarily. I'm never gonna beg anybody for money, but it does help out. And like I've said before, all this stuff is my own time, my own dime, and I don't make a dime off of this. Um, so funny. Now this isn't anything crazy. I mean, there's obviously people that have like way bigger followings, but I got like 90 plus thousand on TikTok. I got somewhere like 14, 15,000 on uh Lemonade, which I think they're just bots. Lemonade. And besides, I don't know, but like I don't know if they're the same people. I don't know who they are, but I can tell you this is that like I you know why is it that there's 100,000 of you guys and there's only 271 people that actually watch the show? I don't get it. You can't tell me that 100,000 of you guys are that lazy that you can't literally type YouTube and then click. You know what I mean? Not giving anybody crap. I haven't watched any, but like if you liked my stuff enough to watch the clips, if you liked my stuff enough to share them all over the place, all over TikTok and Lemonade and all this other stuff and Facebook and Instagram, then I just don't understand why wouldn't you just hit the subscribe button? I don't know. I guess it's just a younger generation thing. A buddy of mine told me that. He was like, "Hey, listen, man. You're talking to a different generation. It's a different crowd. Different people for TikTok, different people for YouTube, different people for, whatever." And I think all the older people are, on Facebook and YouTube and stuff like that, and all the other younger people are like on the more sporadic, ADD, ADHD, like TikTok, Reels, all this other stuff. And I get it, you know what I mean? But like every now and then, I like to have some kind of conversation, you know what I'm saying? Long form conversation. Um, but anyway, yeah, man, I took a hot minute getting this ready over the past week. A lot of time on the computer, man. And like I said, I'm not tech savvy at all. I'm not that guy. I've had to YouTube and like bash my way through with YouTube and Chat GPT this entire way to get this whole thing set up. I mean, this seems like, oh, well, I mean, this is easy. obviously he's just got a camera and he's got a laptop and he's got a little microphone, to talk into. And yeah, easy peasy. Dude, talk to talk to Steve from the Biblical Hitman. He'll tell you how easy this crap is. This is not easy at all. Even this, what you just saw right there, not easy at all. Um, but anyway, yeah, man. Listen, uh, like I was saying before, everybody that was, on and watching ever since I was like, talking into my phone on TikTok and stuff. I sincerely, if you followed me over here, thank you. It's just now the rest of you guys need to, come on. Um, but yeah, some of the stuff that I wanted to talk to you guys about. Um, so I've let on. So if you haven't already done so, I'm back. I am back on Facebook. I am out of Facebook Alcatraz. I was so I'm episode 5, okay? If you're just now coming here, episode 5 that I did. It's called We're Not the Same. Look it down in the videos. And essentially I was drawing the clear distinction between Christianity and Islam. Okay. Um, because I really got sick and tired of the whole, oh, well, Allah just means God. But okay, no, no. Anybody that tells you that obviously hasn't read the Quran or the Bible. Okay. Two very, very different deities. Two extremely different deities. And you know, I've said that time and time before. And people like they don't believe me. Like they think I just am talking out of my rear end when I tell them that they're not the same. Like I tell them that all the time. And they don't listen. Um, you know, and I've said this over and over and over at nauseum, and still, people think I'm just talking. People think I'm full of it. Yeah, no, yeah. This is the main book, Bible, right there. See it up on top. Okay, so I can show you right here. I mean, I'm not gonna waste your time, but um, dude, yeah, man, I have it. Okay, I have it. Also got the Hadith. Okay, yeah, I have these too. Oh, can't see it. Yep, there you go. Torah, Talmud. I'm a nerd, dude. Like I read this stuff. Um, and so anyway, yeah, that's kind of what I'm talking about. Nobody believed that, and they think that whenever I'm just talking, oh, all of God is just the same thing. It just means God. Okay, no, all right. We can get into it, but I go into it at nauseum. Episode 5. Okay, it's called "We're Not the Same." Episode 5. Anyway, episode 5 got me like nuked from outer space. Um, they were so, dude. And here's what's crazy. I posted a little snippet, a little clip from episode 5, and I I didn't even say anything crazy. Like I literally just asked a rhetorical question. Like that's it. That's all that I did. And I was bringing up the obvious conundrum between, the left's just like blind loyalty when it comes to anything Islam, really, um, and the alphabet mafia. You know, the ones I'm talking about, the really colorful ones. Um, and I'm like, I don't understand it. You know, we had such a crazy thing where like I even said, I don't even know if this is going to get me nuked from YouTube. I really hope not. Anyway, you can go back down and you can listen to it. But basically, you know, I said, you know what? We have so much freedom of speech in the United States that we actually kind of like hang ourselves with it, and we can find ourselves saying ridiculous things like drag shows for Palestine. Okay. Um, so I just raised the question and I was just like, huh. Um, I wonder if Palestine is for drag shows. That is it. That's all I said. I asked a rhetorical question. I don't know who saw it, but somebody saw it, and then somebody, I don't know if they like mass reported me on some like Reddit page. I heard it was like a tactic that the leftists use, and now that I kind of go back, I kind of go, think I know exactly who that was, right? Although at the time, I think they were kind of like trying to they were trying to stave off guilt, like, oh, I heard you could do this. Yeah, like they weren't the one that did it. They weren't. But anyway, you can like mass report or you can like put somebody's information up on a Reddit page and be like, hey, Brass Knuckles Bible Club is Islamophobic and blah, 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 blah. You need to go up and mass report or whatever. And they will get your stuff nuked from outer space. And you know how, like, most times whenever you're like on Facebook or whatever, if you make, and most of the time it's like you make a joke and you thought it was funny and somebody just didn't think it was very funny. Well, that happened to me essentially. Um, but normally, you're supposed to get dinged, and then after that, it's like, you know, it's you get like a don't do that again, right? You're supposed to get like a little pop. First, they give you a warning, right? And then after your warning, then what? Then you get in timeout, right? You get in timeout, and they go, you can't post anything for a week. There have been other people that like I don't know what it is exactly that they said, but I've had friends make like dumb comments or whatever, and they get like banned for like 2 weeks. I don't know who's coming up with these things. I don't know if there's some sort of like point system or whatever. It would make sense that there's some sort of matrix that kind of like does this, but like nobody like explains any of that. Nobody says any of that. Nobody really knows the rules whenever it comes to that. And so somebody just comes up with this arbitrary line that you just crossed, this invisible line in the sand, and they're the ones who determine how long you're going to be, grounded for, right? They're going to spank you, they're going to send you to bed with no dinner, and then you just got to sit there and deal until you're out of Facebook jail. It's typically how these things work. Um, but nobody told me anything. Nothing. And all I knew is that everything was going good. And dude, my numbers and TikTok were soaring. Soaring. Okay. I mean, I was getting videos that were getting millions of views. And just, and I was sharing them to Facebook and everything was going good, and I just thought I was like, dude, man, I am cooking with gas. Not that I thought that I just like, I don't know. It sounds kind of like up my own butt to say it like that, but I thought I really just kind of found carved out my stream. You know what I mean? Like I found my, I hate to say flow state because it sounds really new agey, but I just found my groove, dude. And I was cooking with gas, man. And then all of a sudden, boom, out of nowhere, Hellfire missiles dropped, and I can't get into anything. They Alex Jonesed me right there on the spot. And Facebook was my second biggest one besides TikTok. And that's where all my friends were. Friends from the department that I worked at years ago, friends, friends from my old job, my old security, like private security job overseas, like friends from the military and stuff. Like all my friends run that thing, and it's just like, dude, they just nuked it. And I sent in appeal after appeal after appeal, and it was like, dude, it was just like pissing in the wind. Like you couldn't do anything. I could not win for losing. It was the most frustrating stuff on the planet. And I still, to this day, I still have gotten no answer, none. And then just one day, I just came back, right? I have no idea how or why, but it is what it is. And like I mean, like if you haven't already done so, go on over to Facebook, Ronan Bledsoe, add me. It's me, my picture. You got like a thin blue line overlay over it. Which I'll be honest with you, given the current state of affairs right now, I'm really surprised that I haven't gotten more heat for that. Um, nobody texting in the chat. I suppose that's a good thing. I mean, I'm not looking for trouble, but it's one of those things where it's like, hey, man, you know, I know that it's going to invite problems, but look, dude, I support law enforcement. Been there, done that. Like I know what that stuff is like, man, and it's tough, man. It's a tough job. Tough job. It's also tough being a grunt, man. That's why I support the military. You know, um, I was in First Battalion, Eighth Marines. Like I during a time of war, shoot, move, and communicate. Sorry about that. Kids coughing. See, this is what I'm talking about. Everybody's sick. Um, but yeah, like I've been there, done that. Got the T-shirt, and dude, it's tough, man. And so, like, I really feel for those guys. Really feel for those guys. I have no idea how hard it would be uh, to be a cop in Minneapolis right now. That's got to be nuts. And not even just like a cop, but like an ICE agent or a cop. I would really be conflicted if I was a cop up in Minneapolis right now. I really would, because you can't do anything. Like your own mayor, like you guys, their hands are tied, man. It sucks. Um, that wouldn't be a very good feeling. You know what I mean? Because you want to help your brothers. I guarantee you that. I don't think that they don't want to help the ICE agents. It's just they're only allowed to do what they're allowed to do. You know, and it was the same thing that we saw during the whole George Floyd riots. You know, everybody just essentially like could not believe that they weren't stepping in to help. Um, but anyway, I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about intermittently. So I've been writing a book. Um, if you actually come back and you actually watch this, then you'll know what the title of the book is, unless you already know me. But it's called Infernal Inspector. And so I don't want to give too much away about the book, but basically, here's what it is. It's a really cool story. Um, it's my own testimony woven into a story arc. Um, it's a fictional novel. It's a fictional novel. Um, you know, and I try to put you there. You know what I mean? Whenever I'm actually writing this stuff, I have a sheet of paper that I keep next to me, and in big bold black letters, it says right here. It says, what am I thinking? What am I feeling? What am I seeing? What am I hearing? What am I touching? What am I tasting? And so, like, I'm trying to write to that level of description so that whenever you're reading it, you're like, dude, I'm, I feel like I'm there. I feel like I'm there. Um, that's the type of quality that I'm trying to give to it. And so, but really, the book is so long right now. It's probably going to have to be, um, it's probably going to have to be a trilogy. Um, it's just if I were to write it in one book, one omnibus or whatever, it would be so ungodly big. Like this thing, it would be this thick. It's that's ridiculous, And no casual reader is going to be reading a book that's like two telephone books. Nobody's going to read that. I don't care. Maybe like a diehard reader, book nerd or whatever that were like the Harry Potter people that like you'd walk around, you see them, they got these books that are this thick or whatever. maybe they might read it, but like the casual reader, nah, dude. I'm gonna have to bust that up into like 3 books. But listen, when that is done, first one's going to be released. Year after that, second one's going to be released. Year after that, third one's going to be after released. Year after that one, the omnibus is going to be released. If you are a wacko and you do want to read something that's so big you can kill a bobcat with it, then I'm going to be selling that too. And that's along, everything that comes with it. Um, I am so excited for it. This is probably one of the biggest things that I've ever been working on. You know what I mean? And I just listen, man. I couldn't give this stuff away if it was like, even if people don't want to buy it, man. I'm just gonna be handing these things out like hotcakes. Like it's really gonna be something special. You guys are really gonna like it. Um, but anyway, yeah, no, like if you do actually watch the show, then you would know that I got my co-host Zed the Head right here. I also got Vegeta. Okay. Um, I had another ninja doll, Moyamoto Musashi, but my son murdered him, killed him. And so like he was in like a million pieces and I can't find the pieces anymore. Um, so anyway, we're gonna go through some news stories right here, and we're gonna see what we can see. Okay. All right. Well, anyway, right at about that time, it's about 9. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So anyway, I did want to say this though, real quick, is that these lives are gonna be, first of all, they're gonna be more frequent. Okay, number one, and number two, uh, the it took me the longest time to actually get this figured out to where like I could get everything working right here. And I don't have a team. This is just me. And I'm not tech savvy. I had to learn all of this, every bit of this, from the computer programs, the cameras, the lights, the everything. This is a lot. This is a lot. This is more than just a laptop and a camera and a microphone. Way more. Um, but anyway, so here we go. We're going to get into our first story. So where we go right here. All right. Oh, yep. No, we don't want to be on that one. Not right now. Let's see. All right. So, yeah, as you can see, protesters, they stormed this church right here in Minnesota. And I really don't, I don't know why did we even get to this point? I mean, this is one of the things that angers me is that like this guy had such poise dealing with this, you know? Why are we not showing this one? Hold on. Why are we freezing? Hold on. Sorry, guys. Hold on.
Yeah, look out that door.
that you will not get with corporate media. I'm just here to tell you. So if you're in the chat, if you're with us, support us, support us, support us. Like and subscribe, become a member, support independent journalism, because we do it without fear or favor. I'm not afraid to do this. Like I told you, it's going to be raw, unscripted. We got stuck in the snow trying to get here to produce it in real time. Go here. As soon as we walked in, almost perfect timing, the protesters stood up. And so what is interesting is that the protesters don't really like talking to corporate media that much. They like talking to independent media. And they tell us what they're going to do, and we just follow, much as I did in the Capitol when Marjorie Taylor Greene got mad at me because I was there doing journalism and reporting on what the protesters that went to her office did.
How annoying is that? How annoying is that to try to have a service with that going on?
And she got mad at me and called me all kinds of names. They don't like it when you confront them. They don't like it when you practice journalism.
This is not journalism. This is not journalism. This is violating other people's First Amendment right to worship.
So anyways, but they're still in the middle of the church, and there they are back there. And the music is so loud in here. I want you to show this, Mike. These guys are praying. They have their hands up. And there you see. And look, this is a juxtaposition. This shows you just how divided America is. When you look at the protesters here, and then you look at the people there who are praying.
Yeah, and they're praying for you. They're praying for you.
And you know what was the interesting thing? If these two groups could just get together, they might figure out what to do. Instead, I don't.
Or, no, I agree with that wholeheartedly. I think Jesus is the answer for all of this. Mr. Lemon, the biblical Jesus. The one from the Bible, the actual Bible, the entire Bible, including 1 Corinthians, that one, 1 Corinthians 6, Romans 1, that one, that one.
I don't know if the people here are interested in talking to the protesters, but perhaps they should come.
No. Who would be interested in talking to you? I wouldn't be interested in having anything to say to you. You also got to imagine, they got their kids there. They got their family, they got their wives, they got their kids there. They don't know if you guys are crazy. No. Get out of my face.
Come in, pray together, and talk together. But anyway.
Yeah, more prayer. More prayer.
Anyways, that's the middle of it. If I were the pastor, I would offer a prayer.
You will never be a pastor. You could never be a pastor. Maybe in a Lutheran church. Certainly not a biblical church. Maybe if I were the pastor. Yeah, maybe a Lutheran church in Atlanta.
Would try to calm things down and say, listen, talk to you. We're all citizens. We're all believers and Christians. What do we do?
No, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not. You would not be doing this if you were. You are not a believer, sir. You obviously have no respect for God or God's people. Zero. No respect for common decency. Hope it's worth the clicks, dude. Hope it's worth the clicks.
Or if I don't know if everybody is, but everybody's a human being. Let's work together and talk about.
Yeah, made in God's image. Everybody's a human being. So this same act that you guys were using to arrest people praying in front of abortion clinics, okay? Abortion clinics. You know those pesky little clumps of cells? Oh, I'm sorry, humans. Everybody's a human. Yeah, those ones. This is the same act that you're going to get charged under. Hilarious. Man, if that isn't poetic justice, then I don't know what is.
The pastor, there's one of the members who looks to be really upset, a young person. The pastor's trying to calm him down over there.
Yeah, I'd be kind of pissed.
There. And yeah. So there you go. You're a member of the church?
What's that?
You're a member of the church?
I do.
How do you feel about this?
I don't necessarily agree with everything that's going on in the Twin Cities right now, but
I think you're a schmuck. That's what I think. I think you're a jerk. Okay.
I think it's good to fight fire with fire. I think it's good to speak up. I think it's good to protest, but I think it's better to do it in a peaceful way. I don't think the answer is going into God's church.
You don't think this is peaceful?
Well, it's trespassing.
Nobody fighting.
It's trespassing. How would you feel if I went to your house and I started yelling?
It depends on what I did, but not in my house. That's a whole different thing. I think these
Yeah, it is a whole different thing. I would not handle that anywhere near as well as they did. If you came to my house doing that. Nope. So yes, in a way, you are right, Mr. Lemon. Yeah, it's different. It is different. Here's the difference. The difference is that you think that you can do that kind of stuff because they're Christians. And what's the worst that they're going to do? Forgive you? What are you going to do? Forgive me? That's how you look at it. You think we're a bunch of pushovers. I got a suggestion. Hey, go pull that in a mosque. Go do that in a mosque, Mr. Lemon. And let's see if we can get the same people on board with ICE. This whole ICE debacle. Let's see. Let's see. You won't dare. You wouldn't dare. Mr. Lemon, Mr. Don Lemon, I think you should lead the charge. I think you should be the one to head that up. Go try that at a mosque. Not somebody else. You. Specifically. And see if they like your brand of Christianity there. Something tells me you know better. Something tells me you know better.
These people would go inside of anybody's house.
This is a house of God.
Which makes it everybody's house.
Yes, it is. But in a house, people don't yell at each other.
You know, it's funny. Whenever they say this, they say, oh, well, it's everybody's house. Okay. So if it's everybody's house and everybody's willing to sit here and subject themselves to the will of God, to the word of God, even 1 Corinthians 6, Mr. Lemon. Oh. Even Romans 13. I don't think so. Do not think so. Sorry, I keep stopping this.
Yeah, but there was a lot of yelling in my house growing up. We still loved each other.
Yeah, but that doesn't necessarily mean that yelling is the answer, right?
I'm sorry?
That doesn't necessarily mean yelling is the answer, right?
No, but I think it's the way you work things out is that you talk to each other, you disagree. Sometimes it's heated, sometimes it's not. But at the end of the day, we're all human beings. And I think maybe if the pastor would try to calm things down and say, let's all talk together and make this peaceful and not be so us against them.
I think that's good to talk, but then why don't we do that, right?
Yeah.
I don't think trespassing, I think protesting on the streets is fine, but I think
to assemble and protest.
We're here to worship.
What do you think of this?
I mean, this is unacceptable. It's shameful. It's shameful to interrupt a public gathering of Christians in worship.
But there were folks who will say,
I have to take care of my flock.
okay,
and my
but listen,
family.
we live there's a constitution in the First Amendment to freedom of speech and freedom to assemble and protest.
Not in a church. That is a place of worship. No, you do not have the constitutional freedom to do that. Just like you don't have the constitutional freedom to go pull that nonsense in a mosque or in a synagogue. No, that is not legally protected speech. It's not. Yes, you're trespassing.
We're here to worship. We're here to worship Jesus because that's the hope of these cities. That's the hope of the world is Jesus Christ.
Amen. Couldn't have said it better myself. I don't know what your problem is. It's ridiculous. The guy's just starved for attention. He's starved for attention. But, Don, you ain't special. You ain't special! I just absolutely boggles the mind. I have no... I don't know what they're going to do with this guy. What are they going to do with him? Dude, if they arrest this guy, that would, that would be the funniest thing. Especially because they're talking about arresting him under the FACE Act, which is just, it's so much irony and just poetic justice that he would be arrested under the FACE Act, okay, and the KKK Act.
Look at you now.
I pray that if they're gonna do it, just do that. That there wouldn't be any more poetic. It doesn't get any more poetic than that. It doesn't. Dude, what is wrong with people? I have no idea. Like, why would you think that that's okay? Somebody needs to go to his rainbow church and somebody needs to do that. That's what they need to do. And see if they're just as loving and accepting and tolerant of a bunch of people barging in talking about how great ICE is. Try the shoe on the other foot. And no, I'm not telling them to, go break the law. Obviously, you can't. But it's just like, if the shoe was on the other foot, you wouldn't be saying this. Okay? I'm a Christian. Yeah, okay. Right. Let's see. What other nonsense do we got going on here? Oh, well, there's this. Part of me kind of really hopes that Trump just relax. Like, I really hope that he just kind of relaxes with this whole thing. I don't know, but I'm a little let down because I got to tell you, man, one of the funniest things to me was whenever they were like, oh, we're going to be standing up the Danish military, the Danes. If you come here, the Danes, they're going to defend it.
Come on, Cleve. Come on.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, you go ahead. What are you going to do? I hate to be a bully, and it's like I don't like being that guy, but there's something about just like the way Venezuela was handled. It was just so chef's kiss. It doesn't matter if you agreed with it or not. I'm not talking about the morality of it at all. I'm just saying, dude's a gangster. Trump, dude's a gangster. It's so funny because it's like, whenever they're like, oh, no, we're going to rise up. Hey, you ain't going to do nothing. You ain't special. The Danish military, you guys don't even have enough money for ammo. You guys are literally running around like we did whenever we were on a dry run. Oh, bang, 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 bang. That's how you run your ranges. You guys don't have nothing. Nothing. Greenland. we're really entertaining the idea of the United States versus the Danish military.
Oh my God, guns!
Give me a break. The adults are back at the table. If he wanted to do it, what are you going to do about it? Nothing. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. And again, like I said, I don't even care one way or another. But dude, that's funny. But I mean, apparently we're chilling out. I don't know. Apparently Trump. I don't know.
I want to be very respectful. Please don't push me, though.
We're here.
Oh, not that guy again. Sorry.
And perhaps no current issue makes the situation more clear than what's currently going on with Greenland. Would you like me to say a few words of Greenland? I was going to leave it out of the speech, but I think I would have been reviewed very negatively. I have tremendous respect for both the people of Greenland and the people of Denmark, tremendous respect. But every NATO ally has an obligation to be able to defend their own territory. And the fact is, no nation or group of nations is in any position to be able to secure Greenland other than the United States. We're a great power, much greater than people even understand. I think they found that out 2 weeks ago in Venezuela. We saw this in World War II when
Yeah. Got to be able to defend yourself.
Denmark fell to Germany after just 6 hours of fighting and was told.
Come on, dude. Come on. 6 hours. 6 hours. Listen, if we wanted to take it, there ain't nothing you're going to be able to do about it.
What is that, Private Pile?
Ain't nothing you're going to be able to do about it. Nothing. Sorry, I didn't mean to hit that one. I meant to hit this one.
Did you hear what I said?
That's Lieutenant Dan. Hey, if we want to take it, welcome to being the... Wait a minute. Not Canada. Canada doesn't really count now. They're being stupid. Venezuela being number 51. Yeah. Welcome to being the 52nd state.
Did you hear what I said?
Yeah. Ain't nothing you can do about it if we wanted to take it. Like, for real. But, you know, whatever. The Danes are going to rise up. The Danes ain't going to do nothing.
Totally unable to defend either itself or Greenland. So the United States was then compelled. We did it. We felt an obligation to do it, to send our own forces to hold the Greenland territory. And hold it we did at great cost and expense. They didn't have a chance of getting on it, and they tried. Denmark knows that. We literally set up bases on Greenland for Denmark. We fought for Denmark. We weren't fighting for anyone else. We were fighting to save it for Denmark. Big, beautiful piece of ice. It's hard to call it land. It's a big piece of ice.
It's a big piece of ice. Really cold piece of ice. What are you going to do about it, huh? What are you going to do about it?
Did you hear what I said?
Nothing. Anyway, moving on. All right, so I don't know. Apparently we're gonna buy it. At least that's what he's talking like. Oh, and then dude, and then you got these creepazoids, man. Canada, bro.
Changed much since that last visit, and I believe the progress that we have made in the partnership sets us up well for the new world order.
I know I'm not the only one who heard that.
The world has changed much since that last visit. And I believe the progress that we have made in the partnership sets us up well for the new world order.
He said it. Oh, bro. Talk about saying the quiet part out loud, huh? Dude. Listen. I don't know what 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 do you even say to that? What do you even say to that? New World Order. Okay, so now you're gonna side with China? You're gonna side with China. Dude, you're directly to our north. You're signing with China?
Come on, Clinton. Come on.
You're gonna be the 53rd. Dude, we're just gonna take everybody. Is that what we need to do? Is this what we need to do? We just need to go and we just need to kick everybody's teeth in?
Look at you now.
Dude, for real? China? Canada? What is this dude doing? Listen, man, if this isn't Romans 1, then I don't know what is. I don't know how like much clearer this stuff needs to get. You know, everybody looks at me, at least not really so much anymore, on like the grander scale of things, but like, my family used to look at me like I was this kook. And they're just saying it now. They're just saying it. The New World Order, they're just saying it. He just said it. I mean, I don't know how much clearer that needs to get. I mean, that's pretty it's pretty on the nose, dude. Don't you think? Jeez Louise, man, you ain't even trying to hide it. You ain't even trying. Criminy, dude. And then we got and then we got what's going on in Iran. You know what's so funny? All these people that were like free Palestine, they're obviously like eerily silent whenever it comes to Iran murdering thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of their own citizens.
Look. An undead monkey.
Okay? They just like they couldn't care less. They don't care. They don't care. They only care about going against Trump and the American people. That's all that they care about. So let's see what we got going on in Iran over here. Yeah, it looks like an awesome place to live, doesn't it? These people have no idea how good they got it here. They have no idea how good you got it here in the United States. It's insane. And I say this, I'm not like, dude, listen, man. I've been there, I've done that, and I'm telling you, it don't get no better than the United States. I don't know why. Talk to anyone who's ever been outside of the country.
Good times, noodle salad.
That's what it is here, man. That's what it is here. Good times and noodle salad. Dude, it is not like that everywhere. It is not like that. It ain't like that in Afghanistan. It ain't like that in Iraq, Syria. Ain't like that in Saudi. It ain't like that, dude. Everybody, I mean, the problem is that everybody thinks that the Middle East is Dubai. Dude, you don't know violence. You don't know violence. And these people, they don't care, dude. They will smoke their own people. Smoke checking them in the street. You think the cops here are bad? Do you have any idea? Listen to me. Do you have any idea how much restraint the everyday police officer here in America shows? The everyday sheriff's deputy or federal agent, they are so restrained. It is insane the amount of restraint that you have to show as a law enforcement officer. And like, hey, listen, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Okay? Because you don't want this. You don't want this crap. And this is exactly what you get in third world countries, which is what you guys are trying to like import here. It's insane. You guys have no idea how the world works. No idea. Absolutely crazy, dude. I'm going to read what it says on the other screen. I know you can't see it, but it says, further 330,000 people are feared to have been injured, including uninvolved civilians, as the Islamist regime brutally cracks down on the recent protests. You know, they're talking about, I mean, they still do public hangings. They still hang people. And we're like absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. Not a word. Not a word. They won't say a word of this. They won't show this. Most like mainstream news outlets, they won't even show this. Dude, I mean, like, I could screen share. I don't know how much like I'd get in trouble for, but like I could like pull up X, and dude, the stuff that you'd see is just, it's god awful, man. It's god awful. You guys have no idea how good you got it here in the United States. No idea. And I'm not saying that you got to go up to every single cop or every single soldier and you got to thank them for their service. Sometimes people just want to be left alone, like for real. They just want to be left alone. You know what they don't want? I'll show you exactly what they don't want. Here's what people don't want, okay? They don't want...
We're here to worship Jesus. Yes. That's why we're here. Yeah. Okay, that's why we're here. Okay. That's what we're about.
Don't you think Jesus would be understanding?
We're about...
I think Jesus would be chasing you around with a whip. That's what I think. I think Jesus would be chasing you around with a whip. That's what I think. I think Jesus wouldn't tolerate this kind of disrespect in his house.
Love these folks.
We're about spreading the love of Jesus.
But did you try to talk to them as a Christian?
No one is willing to talk.
Okay,
I have to take care of my church and my family.
Yeah, how are you supposed to have a conversation with people that are screaming at you? Is that how you talk to people? Is that how you start a conversation? Hey, I'm going to scream at you and you better agree with everything that I agree with, or I'm going to conduct violence. I'm going to throw things at you. I'm going to spit at you. I'm going to be, blowing whistles in your face. I'm going to be doing this. And you guys act like this is just the normal way to do things. No, this isn't the normal way to do things. That's not even the normal way to protest. Peacefully assembling. There's nothing peaceful about it. Oh, we got to get up in their faces. We got to feel them uncomfortable. Hey, listen, there's a word for that. And it's not a protester. You know what it is? You're a jerk. Okay? You're a jerk. If you're barging into churches and you're getting nose to nose with people, okay, and saying, oh, you touch me, then I'm going to hit you. You do this, and I'm going to do this, and screaming at them while they're trying to pray, while they're with their wife and while they're with their kids, you know what you are? You are a jerk. You're a jerk. some other choice words for you, but I got to keep it somewhat PG-13. Okay. Okay. That's probably the nicest thing that I could say for this guy. What a schmuck, dude. This guy is like, like shameless. Shameless. This kind of behavior. And just look, dude. People just want to be left alone. Look at this. Dude, you'd be spitting up teeth, man. He really handled this with grace, man. But like you're federal crimes. Do you understand that? Like federal violations. That's what happens when you violate the FACE Act and the KKK Act. Yeah. No, you're not a journalist. You're a jerk. That's what you are. These poor guys over here, man. These like.
Yeah, look out that door.
Sorry for the language, guys. Like, hey, just sorry for the language.
What you doing with that door open, huh? Don't you know that's illegal? Hey, Bavino! You can't throw the tear gas when we're filming!
Dude, these activists.
Another activist, McGuire.
Activist.
Yes.
We have your hands tied! You know you're at the mercy of the American people! No? The American people!
I would love to. I would love to see what this guy looks like. I really hope he turns the camera around.
Will stand up to you, and you know it!
Do not get too close to my.
Really? Why don't you fucking come out here then? What?
I don't even know why they're
Hey, get back in your car! Get out of here! You're good to go!
They want to throw the tear gas so bad.
Hey, you're free to go! There's nobody blocking you! You can drive away! Get out of here! Go!
Don't take the bait.
No, you know that! You doing okay? Why you get out, man? There is nobody in front of you!
Listen, these people are they're children. They're children. They like anytime that you're dealing with people that are just trying to bait you in, it's just you just ignore them. If nobody's in front of the car, if nobody's in front, now I don't know why they're driving with their doors open. I really don't. I don't know why they're doing that. I'm not gonna proclaim to know why they're doing that. That'd be one of those things where like we got internal comms in between the vehicles. I imagine that they have some sort of like either they got to have like car to car radio, or at least they got to have like they got to have like walkie talkies or something. Vic 1, Vic 2, Vic 3, Vic 4, whatever. Just because they got to keep their convoy together. I don't know why they're riding with the doors open, but bro, I would not be doing that. I would not be doing that. You throw some in my car. All right, now we're gonna have problems. You hit my car. You try to get in front of my car. Bad news bears, dude. Don't do that.
You can just drive away!
Fuck off! Fuck all of you!
They just want video. They just want tear gas. They want to hurt the American people. They could leave. There's nothing here.
You know, it's so funny. The funny part is that you wouldn't do this to a normal person. You wouldn't do this to a normal person. Like, and by a normal person, I mean like somebody dressed in regular civilian clothes. You wouldn't do that. You know why? Because there's this unspoken rule that if I go up to this guy and I have a whistle and just a random guy, like for no reason, like I just go up to some, like let's say I'm going to like, I don't know, Walmart or something, and I see some guy walking up to his truck, right? And he's just got groceries. He's just wanting to put groceries away into his truck. And, you know, and I just walk up to him, okay? And I get 2 inches from his face with my phone, okay? And with a whistle, and I start blowing it in his face, okay? Dude, he's gonna punch my lights out. The only reason why these children, okay, are doing this is because they think that you won't hit them in the mouth. And they want to get as close to that line as possible. Okay? They want to tap dance and straddle that line to where they're not doing anything, okay, but they're just being a jerk, okay, and blowing in your face and just really just being annoying. But here's the thing. This is where like one of the things where I am so thankful that I was in the Marine Corps, and I am literally used to just drill instructors just blasting me in the face, screaming at the top of their lungs at decibels that these little sissy boys could never pray to get to because they haven't drank enough milk and they didn't take their Flintstone vitamins this morning. Okay. And there's just not enough protein and kale to kind of get your voice up to what a drill instructor would be. But dude, you can yell, you can scream, F you, blah. You can do all this stuff. And guess what? I've dealt with all this stuff. Okay. I don't care. There could be 10,000 of you guys. Stone cold, bro. Stone cold. Whatever. You're a clown.
We got some shit to say to you.
You know, and again, they only talk like this because they think you're not going to hit them in the mouth. Put your hands on an officer, though. Different story.
Hey, how about you?
They could move. They could leave.
We got shit for you. Get back in the car. Get out of our city. Get out of our street.
You could leave. You could leave, and you know it. There's nothing here. You could leave. You want tear gas. You want escalation. Hey, why don't you just go? Why don't you just go? There's nothing here. It's an empty road.
Like, dude, look at this guy. Look at this guy. Not this guy. Look at this guy. That guy. Look at this guy. Does this... See if you can see it on my... Does this guy right here? That guy look like he can fight? Like, I mean, like, if we're really being honest, does this guy look like he can fight right here? I don't think so. Look at this dude. Look at how he's looking at him. He's like, dude, I want you to touch me. Touch me, and I'm going to eat you for breakfast. Come on, man. This dude looks like he's in chess club. Come on, dude. This guy's not a revolutionary, man. Come on, give me a break. Give me a break. These guys are a waste of time.
It's an empty road. Why don't you go? You just want tear gas.
See, this is again. I'm so glad for boot camp. Whatever, you can scream all this stuff. Whatever. I mean, like, I don't. I'll be honest with you. I don't know why we keep stopping. I mean, they should just treat it like a high priority HVT and just fly through. But you know, you got stop signs, you got all this other stuff, and you know, can't be doing that because then these go, oh, they ran a stop sign. Blah.
You just want the escalation? Why don't you go? Answer me. Why don't you go?
Stay back. Stay back.
There we go.
Get back. Get back now.
Listen, dude. You guys that are just wanting to agitate all this stuff, like, look, man, you guys lost the plot. You guys lost the plot. I don't even know what you. Good money, I guess. You got to be getting good money. I tell you, you couldn't pay me to freeze outside for what? What are they paying you? It's got to be good. It's got to be good. You couldn't pay me to do that, dude. Hell no. Going back inside, dog. It's too cold for all that nonsense.
I'm in the gas. Get back. Gas.
It's about to get spicy, baby. It's about to get spicy.
Gas on Bill! Gas on Bill! We're filling you gas on Bill, Savino!
Third warning.
Gas on Bill!
Go.
Gas. Piece of shit.
Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Poor lady. That guy's, oh, and it's nasty green gas. Looks like it's something off of Batman. I want to play stupid games, man.
You just got me!
Get back.
Sorry for all the language, guys. Like, for real. I mean, hey, dude, like, this is what's going on. This is what's going on. Sorry. I'm not hearing a whole lot of fruit of the spirit here. You know, gentleness, kindness, patience. Not seeing or hearing a whole lot of that stuff here.
Sam! I have it! Sam, back up!
Look at this kid. Are we for real? Like, are we really afraid of these people? This kid right here. This kid looks like he's like 16. Okay.
Green stuff, the green stuff.
Get spicy.
This way.
The green stuff is super carcinogenic.
Yep. Guys.
Guys, don't breathe the green stuff. It's so dangerous.
Yeah, no. Yeah. Don't breathe the green stuff. Jeez Louise, dude.
Holy. What's going on back there? I don't know. But don't go in that. Shit, we need to go in it? You can go this side. It's not green. Put your stuff over your face.
These are kids. Look at them.
But I.
See, you guys are toast, dude. Like, if they could catch everybody from January 6th, bro, you guys are setting the precedent for Palantir to roll out. You guys do know that, right? Like, we got to know that. This is so obvious. This is such an obvious setup, dude. And like, look, man, I'm again, I can't state this enough. Like, I get it, man. Like you want to protest, fine. You want to make your opinion heard, fine. You want to say your chants, you know, hey, hey, ho, ho, ICE has got to go, like, whatever, dude. But, like, the storm in the churches and the trying to block vehicles and the harassing, you know, uh, ICE and Border Patrol everywhere you go, like, I just, not one person had a good friend that was like, hey, I I don't think that's a good idea. You know, I had a friend like that one time. I was always kind of the daredevil, you know. I wasn't a bad kid. I was a good kid, but I was like the one that was like kind of fearless. And then I had a really good friend, my best friend. He was like, "Hey, I don't think we should go. I don't I don't think that's a good idea, dude." They don't have not one friend like that. If you just had one good friend that was like, "Hey, yeah, maybe we should just not and say that we did." Maybe.
Sam, back out. They're just moving. My eye. Oh, my eye.
Are they going?
Guys, that stuff, the green stuff's dangerous. Don't breathe that. Are you okay?
Yeah, you don't sound too hard now.
Sam, I have Bovino getting it up. Let them cross. I have Bovino throwing gas. It's right here. You could leave! Just move!
Your big bitch boy gassed himself.
Over
You
here.
see that?
Really? Okay. Yeah. So I think we get the point. Right? We all pretty much get the point. So I'm going to read something off to you guys. I'm going to read something off to you guys. Stand by. I don't have the one that I want in front of me. So I'm going to read it off my phone. Okay. And then I'm going to get off here because I got to go to bed. All right. Stand by one. Boom, 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 boom. All right. So I keep saying that this is Romans 1, okay? Now I'm going to read this off to you guys. And if you've never heard this before, it would do you some good to pay close attention. Okay? All right, for the wrath of God is revealed from heaven against all ungodliness and unrighteousness of men who suppress the truth in unrighteousness. Because that which is known about God is evident within them, for God made it evident to them. For since the creation of the world, his invisible attributes, his eternal power and divine nature having been clearly seen and being understood through that which has been made, so that they are without excuse. For even though they knew God, they did not honor him as God or give him thanks, but they became futile in their speculations, and their foolish hearts were darkened. Professing to be wise, they became fools, and they exchanged the glory of the incorruptible God for an image in the form of corruptible man, and of birds, and four-footed animals, and crawling creatures. And therefore God gave them over to the lusts of their hearts to impurity, so that their bodies would be dishonored among them. For they exchanged the truth of God for a lie, and they worshipped and served the creature rather than the Creator, who is blessed forever. Amen. And for this reason, God gave them over to degrading passions, for women exchanged the natural function for that which is unnatural. And in the same way, men also abandoned the natural function of the woman, and they burned in their desire one for another, men with men, committing indecent acts, and receiving into them persons the due penalty of their error. And just as they did not see fit to acknowledge God any longer, God gave them over to a depraved mind to do things which are not proper, and being filled with all unrighteousness, wickedness, greed, full of envy. Listen to this. Listen. Are you listening? I'm going to go back. Being filled with all unrighteousness, wickedness, greed, evil, full of envy, murder, strife, deceit, malice, gossips, slanderers, haters of God, insolent, arrogant, boastful, inventors of evil things, disobedient to their parents, without understanding, untrustworthy, unloving, unmerciful. And although they knew the ordinance of God, and those that practice such things are worthy of death, they not only do the same thing, but they also give hearty approval to those who practice them. That is the way that societies rise and fall every time. Every time when a society abandons God, because that's essentially what we did, and it started a long time ago. We abandoned him in schools. We abandoned him in the marketplace. We abandoned him in the courthouses. And you even have houses of God that have just like veered so far off the reservation. They don't talk about anything of merit, nothing that sticks to biblical doctrine. They have wandered so far from the primary issues, okay, that you wouldn't be able to recognize them from the world. And ladies and gentlemen, just take a look. Just take a look at what this kind of stuff produces. You know, this is the kind of stuff that this produces. You know, you get madness like this guy.
So I asked that you actually would also leave this building.
You don't want us to chronicle what happened?
Unless you're here to worship.
I'm always worship. I'm a Christian.
We're here to,
Yeah, he's not. You're not. He's not a Christian. He's not a Christian. You're not a Christian. Don Lemon. I mean, you get stuff like that. And at the end of Romans 1, I mean, you get stuff like this.
Get back in the car! Get out of our city! Get out of our street!
You could leave! You could leave and you know it! There's nothing here!
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't, listen, I don't think there's a whole lot of, like, churchgoers here. That's not how they're acting at all. Contrast this.
You could leave! You want tear gas! You want escalation!
Okay, you contrast this with this.
we're here to worship. We're here to worship. Okay.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. So that's one of the pastors of the church. And it's kind of loud, so I can't hear him.
Yeah, no kidding.
But they're still there. And then, pardon me, sir. Sorry. Do you mind if we talk to you?
You guys ever
And I think that the people who worship here will
in people's faces? Absolutely ridiculous. Anyway, guys, so that was the first live. You know, maybe next time we'll get some people in the chat. I know that this was kind of a surprise, but again, hey, listen, this is going to be a regular thing. This is going to be a much more common thing. We're going to be doing this a lot more because the world is just getting crazy, right? And I'm still sticking to my core. Like this is all about evangelism, spreading the truth of the gospel here. John 14:6. Jesus said, I am the way, the truth, and life, and no man comes to the Father except through me, Don Lemon. Okay? Period. Mark 16:15. All right, go out into the world and proclaim the gospel to every living creature. That is what the Brass Knuckles Bible Club is all about. And we are all about confronting hard truths, and we don't shy away from sensitive topics. And, You know, I'm here to give you guys a biblical perspective. All in all, we have to listen. As infuriating as all this stuff is, because it is, we have to pray for these people. Okay? We have to pray that these people, that God would take their heart of stone and give them a heart of flesh, that he would prick their hearts, and that their eyes, that the scales would drop from their eyes, and that they would come to the saving grace and the knowledge of Jesus Christ and his finished work on the cross, and that they would willingly accept that. That's what we need to pray for. So listen, if anything that I said at all at any time during tonight upset you, sorry, but just remember, okay, I'm not a pastor, not a prophet, not a professor, okay, just a regular dude. Anyway, you guys have a good night, and we're gonna do another live here soon. Y'all have a good night.